Brahim Diaz there subbed out with ice on his right calf as we see the final stats from the first leg. Match finished 1-0 to Real Madrid. Good time to welcome into the show our friend and colleague Aage Fjortoft. Jan, we'll get to you in just a second. Let's clear things up. What do we think about that call at the beginning of the game?
Oh, technical stuff here we are.
Penalty or no?
Sorry?
Penalty or no?
What do you mean penalty? You mean offside?
Sorry, should have been a goal or no? Yeah.
Well, personally, I think it should have been a goal. I can see where people... Put it one way, if it was against Real Madrid and they'd lost this game, it'd be all over the Madrid papers tomorrow. Oh, conspiracy, UEFA, everybody, they're out to get us. Look, there is an element of argument, as Ali said.
The linesman went for the offside for Šeško, I'm 100% sure. I think that when they made the analysis of that, they saved themselves. They said it was offside. I'm 100% sure, I repeat myself, that the linesman thought Šeško was offside. There, Leipzig were robbed. They should have been 1-0 for them, 100%.
Generally, not the best performance from Real Madrid?
And yet not a surprising performance from Real Madrid. This is, again, best example of one of those matches in which you go, how? Why did they win this game? They shouldn't have, but it is Real Madrid and it is Champions League, and somehow they always seem to find a way. The truth of the matter is that their most valuable player today, MVP performance, was Andre Lunin. And if indeed your goalkeeper is your MVP, then you must have given opportunities and you must have been absorbing some pressure, which Real Madrid did. Real Madrid did not have control of this match. The strength of this team seems to be in the midfield, and yet today, a guy like Toni Kroos, the game bypassed him because Leipzig has sustained pressure, and whenever Real Madrid got out, they got out in transition. So the game was never under control for Real Madrid. Toni Kroos was never in control of the match for Real Madrid, and therefore the game got stretched. It allowed Real Madrid to get out in transition. It allowed Vini to run freely in the second half and create a couple of opportunities. But on the whole, if you're Leipzig, you're looking at this and go, how did we lose this? How in the world did we lose this? And I'll tell you how they lost it. It's not new. There's a reason as to why Leipzig are outside of the top four right now in Bundesliga, and as to why they've only won one game now in 6 matches since the start of 2024. They have difficulties in front of goal. For all the good things that they do in the attack, for all the chances they create, for all the half chances that they have, guess what? They're not efficient and they're not effective in front of goal. We cover Bundesliga, and let me just tell you, this is the same story that you see from Leipzig every weekend, in which they seem to create chances, they have 15 shots, they have shots on goal, they have opportunities, goalkeeper makes save, they hit the post, they miss chances, they're not effective, they're not efficient. That's why they lose this game, and Real Madrid just kind of go into Leipzig, get the result they want, perhaps another performance, but it doesn't matter. One moment of brilliance from Brahim Diaz, great goalkeeper for Andre Lunin, 1-0.
And if you don't take the chances, there's one side that has a history of burying you because of it, and it is Real Madrid. But I want to go back to this disallowed goal, because I think it's huge, because RB Leipzig have shown that with Real Madrid's injuries that they have, and they added another one tonight, at least one in Brahim Diaz, that they can get at them. Now, whether they can take the chances remains to be seen. So that disallowed goal was huge, and what got me was the way the officials dismissed it very, very quickly, and not sending. And this is a bugbear. This is the knockout stages of the Champions League. There had to be some element of debate. That was not a cut and dry offside. Automated offside, cut and dry. No. Send the match official over to the monitor and let, as the top official at the game, let him make a decision when he has 30 seconds to look at it and go, actually, I think he's impeding the goalkeeper, or I don't think he's impeding him. But at least let the match official, Jan, go and make a determination.
Go on, Jan.
I think it's interesting, the analysis of Al, because of course it is. Leipzig is doing what they've done in the Bundesliga lately. They haven't been in the best form. Real Madrid has done as they've done every time in Champions League. Remember a couple of years ago, they won the Champions League. In every round, they somehow found a way. But we can't discuss that performance without thinking of RB Leipzig not getting the 1-0. And I'm not saying this is a cover-up or anything. I'm just saying is that when Real Madrid go to Leipzig, those kind of things can happen with the bigger teams. I mean, that mystery is older than football is. And the thing is, if that was Real Madrid, do you think the referee will go and have a look at the situation? Of course he would. Would he done it with Manchester City? Of course. With Liverpool, but Bayern Munich, with the big teams. But RB Leipzig, and that is one of the reasons. Imagine a team like Real Madrid coming to Leipzig, going 1-0 down so early. This would be a different story. Coming to the final, Real Madrid in the final, Bellingham is man of the match. Nobody will think of that goal in Leipzig. And that is a part of it as well. So we have to put this in the analysis of that game. That was unfair.
And you know how unclear this situation was, that even the match director, they're showing replays, and they're not quite sure as to what is it that they're looking for in this replay.
Good point.
It's like they're going back, even later as the match went on, they're sort of having to go back to kind of clarify, I think this is what they're calling. There wasn't a whole lot of clarity as to what was being called. Now, in terms of, I think we all agree that we don't think Luning gets back to that ball, and so therefore should not have been an offside. But that's the subjective part of it, and that's the interpretation of a referee. And to the point that Craig is making, then allow the referee to go and see it and indeed make that interpretation, seeing the full picture and understanding why is it that this guy is in an offside position. And then you make that interpretation by watching it once again, like we got a chance to do it 20 minutes later, because it wasn't immediately that they made it clear as to what is it that what had happened in that sequence of play. The referee did not get that second chance. We did, and eventually you come to a conclusion, well, I guess it's that little nudge. I guess that's what they're given. I don't know that I would have given it myself, but that was the interpretation.
And even
I don't want to dwell on it, but why not?
Right.
Well, you know, one of the problems. I tell you, one of the problems, right? But there was a game here, and Ali's right. Real Madrid did not play well. We could have showed you those highlights again differently with 10 chances, decent, maybe 6 or 7 decent chances for RB Leipzig, right? And Lunin making save after save after save. But let me tell you one of the issues here. UEFA do not want controversy. They don't. They want to brush all these things aside when they're going, And what's happening is, at these games, if you wonder how it operates, there will be a German host broadcaster, but there will be UEFA delegates hovering over and around match directors and whatnot, making sure that it's cleaned up as best possible. As if we're in the 1970s, right? And nobody's going to notice. And that's part of the problem. They always try to... Because we're all sitting there going, are we going to see a replay of this? I mean, are we going to clear this up? And it took so long, and that's the problem. They don't want any controversy, particularly when it's the big teams. Yeah. And that's fact. They can argue all they want. That, no, we just let it... We're the same for everybody. We just let the directors cut the game. No, you don't. We know you don't. And that's part of the problem.
Yeah, they don't want controversy, but they're getting confusion. Marco Rosa, the manager, after the match, even said he kind of didn't get a proper explanation of what had happened.
He did. You're not getting the goal.
No, but they couldn't. I mean, if you go to the referee and ask him, why did you not give it? They will have no clue why we didn't get it. Because there were 3 different situations, and they just put 1-1-1 and put all together to a decision. So, no, that was not fair. And it's a big part of this result tonight for RB Leipzig.
Let's bring it back to Real Madrid. Obviously, Brahim Diaz gets a golazo.
He's been terrific.
How much did they miss Jude Bellingham in this match?
Do you know? Well, look.
I mean, they didn't play their best. He was there over the weekend, and they wiped the floor with Girona. This was a much different team than we saw over the weekend with Bellingham.
You're going to taking Jude Bellingham out your side is going to have an effect. I don't think that's why they played the way they did. I think what they found at the weekend was a Girona team that were almost in awe of the position they were in and were slightly afraid and got outplayed and got tactically, Ancelotti got it right. And we had a Leipzig side tonight that it's a way more physical, got a lot more pace, and had a lot more energy, particularly in the middle of the park. And I think that it wasn't so much Bellingham being out, the fact that RB Leipzig actually did, until the final third, did a damn good job. And will feel somewhat confident of going there and at least putting a show up and having a chance. I think they've given themselves enough within this game to say, we can go there and at least be competitive. But I don't think this was about Bellingham being in and out the side. I think it was about more than that.
And to the point of Brahim Diaz and the fact that he scores a goal that he does, following El Derby against Atletico Madrid, where he scored a goal as well, he was asked about his performances and what it meant for the future for him in Real Madrid. And he essentially said, you know, if I get more minutes, this is the sort of stuff that I can do for this club. The same way that Jude Bellingham does, it's almost as if to say, look, I'm not Jude, but I can do some of the same things that he does, or I can do what I bring to this team, and I can do it well, and I can be productive. Give me a chance. Don't judge me before I'm out on the field, and allow me to do the things that I'm capable of doing. And to be quite honest with you, he has indeed been very good for Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid in the absence of Jude Bellingham.
Jan, go ahead.
Take nothing away from that goal. I mean, we can talk about Jude all day, all night long, but that goal is brilliant. There were so many aspects to that game. Sometimes when we make the goal of the round or the goal of the month and everything, but the first trick is doing fantastic. I mean, the left back or RB Leipzig, he's still looking for a way to get out. Then there's one or two touches at the opposition, he still managed to have the balance there. Then he comes into the danger area. Then you have to find that corner, and he finds it. That was as good as goal as you will see all this week in every league in Europe.
But it's not like it's a surprise from Brahim Diaz. It's been there for, what, 2 to 3 months now at least. Where
he comes off injured in this game too.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And you saw at the end there the ice pack on the calf. If you're an extremely positive person, cramp, but I don't think it is. It looks to me as if the way that he pulled up, that he's tweaked something in his calf, and that's not going to be anybody that's had a calf problem, because your whole body weight goes through it and you're pushing off. I don't know, could be a couple of weeks, could be a month. So that's a big blow for him. And I suppose Real Madrid, but they've got other people that can come in. But it's a blow for a player who just looks like he's as confident as anybody pulling on a Real Madrid shirt, that he's going to be out for, as I say, a short period now.
We got 3 weeks till the second leg. You giving Leipzig any chance?
I'm not. I just don't think that they go to Santiago Bernabeu and are able to match the history of Santiago Bernabeu, and particularly the Champions League history of Santiago Bernabeu and Real Madrid, and what that team becomes in that second leg when they're playing at home. We will see a much better version of Real Madrid at home. That crowd will get behind Real Madrid, and the importance of that goal that was disallowed. If you go 1-1, I give you a fighter's chance. Going down, I just don't see it. Leipzig is a team that has to be able to score goals when are presented with the opportunities, and they haven't been able to do that over the course of the season. I don't think that changes in 3 weeks, and Real Madrid are better than what they were today. In the end, I think Real Madrid goes through.
Jan, you agree?
I do agree, because they're 1-0 down. That's one thing. Then you go to Santiago Bernabeu. That in your head you're 2-0 down. Then you have too much respect for the players and Real Madrid at home. Then you're nearly 3-0 down. So I don't think this RB Leipzig team, with the lack of confidence they have in the Bundesliga, they had their shot. They didn't get it. They were not given. They didn't take their chances. So that is bye-bye, auf Wiedersehen to one of the German teams.
There we have it then. Brahim Diaz with the only goal of the game winner, as Real Madrid go to RB Leipzig in the first leg of the knockout round of the Champions League.